Attention preppers! Welcome to Preppers Community. Today we're revealing 10 canned foods at Walmart and Costco that you absolutely should not buy. Believe me, not everything on the shelves of these giants is worth stocking up on. Some of these canned items could end up being dead weight in your stockpile or worse, fail you when you need them most. We don't want you to find that out the hard way. Comment below. Have you ever bought any of these canned goods? Got tips to share? This is Preppers Community after all. Let's prepare together. Alright preppers, let's kick things off with a classic cream-based soups. Now I know what you're thinking, but Mark, a warm bowl of creamy tomato soup on a cold night, what could be better? And you're not wrong, they taste great. But here's the catch. These soups are often loaded with sodium and fat, like, way more than you need, especially in a survival situation. Think about it. High sodium means you'll get thirsty faster, and in a real emergency, water is precious. Plus, that much fat, while it might keep you warm, can also make you sluggish. Dehydrated or powdered soups, on the other hand, are like the superheroes of the soup world. They're lightweight, have a crazy long shelf life, and you can control the sodium content. Just add water, and bam! You've got yourself a hearty meal. So next time you're at the store, resist the siren call of those creamy soups. Opt for the dehydrated options instead, and your future self will thank you. Next up, we're tackling those convenient pre-seasoned veggies. I get it, sometimes you just want to pop open a can and have a side dish ready to go. But hold on a second, my friend. These seemingly innocent veggies are often swimming in a sea of sodium and preservatives. Remember what we talked about with the soups? Same deal here. Too much salt is a no-go in a prepping scenario. Instead of falling into the pre-seasoned trap, grab some plain canned vegetables. They're like blank canvases just waiting for your culinary genius. Or, if you're feeling really adventurous, try freeze-dried veggies. They're super lightweight, last forever, and you can rehydrate them with just a little bit of water. Alright, let's talk protein, the muscle of any good prepper's pantry. Now I know budgets can be tight and those super cheap cans of meat might seem like a good deal. But trust me on this one, folks, sometimes you get what you pay for. We're talking about those cans where you open them up and you're not even sure what kind of meat you're looking at. Is it chicken? Is it tuna? Is it something else entirely? And the texture? Let's just say it's not something you want to experience in the middle of an emergency. These mystery meats are often packed with fillers, like soy protein and gelatin, to bulk them up. Instead of gambling with your health, opt for quality over quantity. Jerky is a fantastic option. It's lightweight, packed with protein, and has a crazy long shelf life. Or, if you're set on canned meat, go for premium brands that use real, recognizable cuts of meat. Choosing quality protein sources is like opting for the confetti cannon. It might cost a little more, but it's going to give you the results you need when it matters most. Now let's talk about something sweet canned fruits. Those glistening cans of peaches, pears, and pineapple swimming in syrup might look tempting, but they're loaded with sugar. And not the good kind of sugar that gives you energy. We're talking about the kind that sends your blood sugar on a roller coaster ride, leaving you feeling sluggish and craving more. Remember, in a survival situation you need sustained energy, not a sugar rush followed by a crash. So, what's a prepper with a sweet tooth to do? Dried fruits are your new best friend. They're lightweight, packed with natural sugars, and have an incredibly long shelf life. Or, if you prefer canned fruits, look for options that are packed in water or their own juice instead of syrup. Choosing fruits packed in water or their own juice is a smarter, more efficient way to get the hydration you need without the added sugar. Let's be honest folks, what's a good prepper pantry without a healthy stash of tomato sauce? It's the base for so many delicious and nutritious meals. But here's the thing, not all tomato sauces are created equal. Some of those seemingly innocent jars of tomato sauce are hiding a dirty little secret, added sugar. And I'm not talking about a pinch here or there. We're talking about enough sugar to make your spaghetti sauce taste more like dessert than dinner. So how do you avoid the sneaky sugar trap? It's simple, opt for pure tomato paste. It's like the concentrated superhero of the tomato world, packed with flavor and nutrients without any added sugar. You can add your own herbs, spices, and even a touch of honey or maple syrup if you're craving something sweet. It's all about being in control of your ingredients and your health. Using pure tomato paste is like building that breakfast robot. It takes a little more effort, but the reward is a custom-made meal that meets your specific needs. Alright preppers, let's talk about a pantry staple that often gets overlooked. Baked beans. They're hearty, filling, and a good source of protein and fiber. But hold on a second before you stock up on just any old can of beans. Some baked beans are like wolves in sheep's clothing. They might look innocent enough, but they're hiding a secret weapon. A whole lot of sugar. All that added sugar just adds empty calories and can spike your blood sugar levels, leaving you feeling sluggish and craving more. So what's a prepper to do? Ditch those sugar bombs and opt for plain dried beans instead. They're like the superheroes of the legume world, packed with protein, fiber, and nutrients, without any added sugar. Using dried beans is kind of like building that self-propelled lawnmower. It takes a little more effort, but the reward is a healthier, more customized meal. Now I know what you're thinking. Sweetened condensed milk in a prepper's pantry? But hear me out on this one, folks. While it might seem like an odd choice, condensed milk can actually be a valuable asset in a survival situation. But there's a catch. We're not talking about the sugary stuff. It might be tempting with its creamy texture and sweet taste, but it's loaded with sugar and has a surprisingly short shelf life. Instead of falling into the sugar trap, opt for the unsung hero of the dairy aisle, powdered milk. Powdered milk has an incredibly long shelf life, can be easily rehydrated, and doesn't require refrigeration. Think of it like this. Powdered milk is like having a dairy cow in your pantry, but without the whole mooing and needing to be milked situation. It's convenient, versatile, and can be used in everything from baking to thickening soups and stews. Using powdered milk is kind of like building that water filtration system. It's a smart, resourceful way to ensure you have access to essential nutrients, even in a pinch. Alright preppers, let's dive into the wonderful world of canned fish. It's a fantastic source of protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and essential nutrients. But not all canned fish is created equal. Some options, like smoked fish, might seem like a flavorful addition to your pantry, but they come with a few drawbacks. Smoked fish is often packed with sodium, thanks to the smoking process. And remember what we talked about earlier? Too much sodium can lead to dehydration, which is a big no-no in a survival situation. Plus, smoked fish tends to have a shorter shelf life compared to other canned fish options. So, what's a prepper who loves their seafood to do? Opt for plain tuna or sardines packed in water or oil. They're like the workhorses of the canned fish world, packed with protein, healthy fats, and a long shelf life. Choosing plain tuna and sardines is kind of like building that solar charger. It's a smart, resourceful way to ensure you have access to essential nutrients without sacrificing flavor or convenience. Now let's talk about those tangy, crunchy delights that often find their way into our sandwiches and salads. Pickled vegetables. They add a burst of flavor and can liven up even the simplest meals. But when it comes to prepping, pickled vegetables present a bit of a conundrum. Pickled vegetables are typically very high in sodium thanks to the brining process. And as we've discussed before, excessive sodium intake can lead to dehydration, which is something we want to avoid at all costs in a survival situation. So what's a prepper to do when that craving for a crunchy, tangy snack strikes? Freeze-dried or powdered vegetables are your new best friends. They're lightweight, have an incredibly long shelf life, and can be easily rehydrated, adding a nutritional boost to soups, stews, or even enjoyed as a crunchy snack on their own. Freeze-dried or powdered vegetables are like the secret weapons in your prepper pantry. They're compact, packed with nutrients, and ready to be deployed at a moment's notice. Choosing freeze-dried or powdered vegetables is kind of like building that rubber band defense system. It's an unconventional yet surprisingly effective way to ensure you have access to essential nutrients and flavor variations, even in a pinch. Alright preppers, we've arrived at our final tip, and it's a crucial one. Be picky about your cans. I know, sometimes those dented or rusty cans are on sale, and who doesn't love a good bargain? But trust me on this one folks, it's not worth the risk. Think of a can like a fortress protecting its precious contents. In this case, your food. Now, imagine that fortress with cracks in its walls or a rusty gate. Not exactly the most secure situation, right? That's what happens when a can is dented or rusty. It compromises the integrity of the seal, allowing bacteria and air to sneak in and potentially spoil your food. And we're not just talking about a little bit of spoilage here. We're talking about the kind of bacteria that can make you seriously ill, especially in a survival situation where access to medical care might be limited. So what's a vigilant prepper to do? It's simple. Always inspect your cans before you buy them. Choosing intact cans is like building that fire starter. It's a simple yet essential step that can make all the difference in a survival situation. Proper stocking is crucial for preppers. Choose foods that last and provide nutritional value. Remember, those who prepare in advance are never caught off guard. We've covered a lot today, but knowledge is power. The more you know, the better prepared you are. Remember to prioritize quality, nutrition, and shelf life when stocking your pantry. Comment if you've ever bought any of these canned foods or share your valuable tips below. Together, we are stronger.